Well, how's everybody doing out there? Well, welcome to day 10 of Corona Online School. And so we're getting ready to start chapter 12, which is dealing with a lot of triangle stuff and some more constructions. So I just wanted to say great job on the exam. Everybody worked really, really hard. The exam looked great. So I'm very proud of you guys. Like there was a lot of good work on there. So we'll see how the day goes. So this one would be fairly easy to do if we were in class. So the goal is there's going to be a lot of discovery stuff. So I'm actually not going to talk a whole lot during this video. There's a lot of stuff for you guys to try on your own and practice. So the activity that we were supposed to do today is involving these things called exploragons, which allows you to make different types of shapes. So for us, we're interested in making triangles. But unfortunately, we don't have any exploragons because they're all at school. So what I've done, and we'll see how this works, at the very end of this packet, I've actually made you your own little set of exploragons. And so if you've got a printer, like, and you can print these out, this would actually be great. If you don't have a printer, you could measure them. They're all, like I measured them all in centimeters. And you could use those to kind of draw the pictures and stuff like that and try to go that way. So whatever you do, but the goal is I want you to kind of play around with these. So you can see we've got a blue and orange. This is supposed to be purple. I'm not really sure why my computer does this as purple, but that is purple. That's why I wrote it that way. So then we've got yellows, reds, lime, three pinks, and then two like greens. And so what I'll do is I'll kind of describe a situation where take two yellows and one orange and try to see if you can make a triangle out of them. And the goal is what we're going to do first is try to discover what's called the triangle inequality, which is going to allow us to determine like the relationship between the three sides of the triangle to kind of guarantee that we get a triangle. So what you'll do is, again, either cut these out and kind of move them around, see if you can make a triangle out of them, or measure them and do it that way. And then hopefully you'll discover what the triangle inequality is, so I won't give it away right away. So there will be like a little PowerPoint slide, but again, I'd recommend you watch that at the very end and see if you can actually come up with these guys on your own. And then a little practice problem here to test the triangle inequality and see if something would actually be a triangle. And then the next big thing that we want to talk about are congruent triangles. And so just like we talked about like congruent angles and congruent sides, a congruent triangle means that the sides are all the same length, the angles are all the same, so everything's exactly the same. The only thing that's really different is the triangle's labeled differently. And so what you want to make note when you see like if the congruence is given, you want to just know like that x goes with a goes with x, b goes with y, and c goes with z. So like in the next example, you're going to try to match these guys up and notice the congruence is already given. So you want to label, so which vertex would C go to? Which line segment would CA go to? And so you'll use the second triangle on the right to actually figure out these relationships and stuff. So again, I'll let you guys do that one on your own. And then starting with 5, again, we're going to go back and use our exploragons, protractors, compasses, and stuff like that to try to see if we can determine what's necessary, what conditions are necessary to figure out when two triangles are actually congruent. And so it's going to be related to the sides and the angles, so just kind of keep that in mind. And they're going to be named based on like that kind of arrangement and stuff like that. So again, try these guys on your own. If you get stuck, definitely reach out to me and let me know. I'll be around the computer all day. But I just wanted to kind of see what you could do on your own with these guys. That's what I'd have you do in class. Like I'd be there to answer questions, but I would just kind of let you guys go off on your own, work together as a group. So if you want, you could even post questions to the like the general feed, and just tag at Math 113. So that way, like anybody in the class may reach out to you and answer too. Like if you don't want to just message me directly. You can just kind of do it that way. And so there's a bunch of these experiments that you guys are going to work on to see. And then hopefully when we're done, we'll have a summary of congruence properties. And so just to let you know, there's four of these properties. And then hopefully after we've discovered them, then you should go and look at the PowerPoint slide and go back and compare your answers and make sure that you came up with the same four that we're supposed to have. And then try practice 11, which is basically applying these properties and seeing if you can, determine whether they're congruent or not based on what's given. So don't go by just the looks of it. Go by like what's actually given. So like remember these little slash marks like this means that side and that side is congruent. This side and this side is congruent. So same thing here. We've got a tick mark here and a tick mark there. That means those sides are congruent. I got measurements of angles and stuff like that. So don't just look at them and assume it's like, oh, well, they look the same. They must be congruent. So you have to use the angles, the sides, and things like that to actually figure this out. So, all right. And then if you're lucky, then you can figure out practice 12, which is kind of, again, given this parallelogram, we want to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to ADC in this case. So see what you can come up with. Again, I'm just going to kind of let you see what happens. I will be around all day to answer questions. So post the questions directly to me, or again, if you want to put them in the feed. So, we can kind of collaborate on these together. That might be a good way to do it as well. So otherwise, good luck, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.